She made fried chicken, cornbread, spinach, collard
Mm.
greens. Yeah, I ate
Spinach
good
and
before
collard
the
greens.
stream started.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
boy,
ate good.
that boy eating good. You might need an energy
Well,
drink
tear
halfway
that toilet
Oh,
up.
I got an energy drink right here.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It's another episode with the circle. Y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was taking a little while. You had to charge up. I see. We got I don't know. We got Ja Rule on the chat. We got Big S on the chat.
Nah, don't call me Jaru. What's wrong with you, man?
What's wrong with Ja Rule? He made hits.
He
I don't
did.
care
I mean,
what he made. I don't care what he made. He
he
got
was running it
zero
until
with
50.
one person.
I don't know. You kind of resemble him a little bit.
Mm,
Yo, my gosh.
mm.
What would I do without my
Let me turn my
lady?
hat back around, man.
You got, you kind of. I don't know, man. You might need to look into if y'all are related or not.
Cut it out, man. Don't start no rumors like this out here.
You just. I don't know, bro. What y'all think?
No
Ah,
comment.
I, you know what? I'll get tested to see if I'm related to him as soon as you do that for Mario.
I don't know, bro.
I
What y'all
can see
think?
Mario and I can see Cisco.
Let's go.
Damn.
Joe,
Oh,
This Sean?
Damn.
who's Cisco?
you with the hat, with the low hat and
Yo,
everything.
bro, nah, Cisco don't wear his hat like this. You crazy?
Yeah, man.
That man wear colorful hair.
There goes Sean right there.
He wanna try to show all of that stuff. He lucky I can't do it.
Look.
No shirt with the chain on.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of
Tupac did it too, and so did DMX. Why you gotta go to Ja Rule?
I'm just saying, brother. I'm just saying, man. That's all love. Wait. Hold on.
Disrespectful.
I don't understand why everybody got a problem with Ja Rule. Like he wasn't that guy in the '90s. Like
I
where was
know.
I
in the
don't
late
got a
'90s?
problem with him. It's just
Late
his
'90s?
birthday is February 29th. He like 6 years old right now in all actuality.
He what?
He like
What?
6 years old in all actuality. His birthday is February 29th. He only get one of those every 4 years.
16.
I don't know why every episode you try to do something with numbers and math, bro. Like you just do it to yourself. You just keep walking right into that. Like whichever way you calculate it. What's that? What hat is that you got on? That's a NFL team?
Nah. My man Dunn actually made this bag worthy his own
Who?
clothing line. My man Dunn,
What's it called?
Bagworthy.
Okay. Shout out
Shout
to
out to
Dunn.
Gun. Yeah.
Shout
Yep.
out to Dunn and
Yep.
Bagworthy. That's what's up, man. Let's see the logo again. Lean down a little bit. Yeah, show it off, boy. Okay. Shout out to
Yeah.
Dunn, man. I might need to get me one for sure. Bagworthy. Okay. That's fire. Okay. Yeah. Make sure you drop that link in the chat too, bro.
You already?
Yeah. What's the
What I
word,
say?
big ass? Josh, talk to us, man.
Shit. I mean, I'm doing good. I mean, I just ate dinner. My wife just cooked for me, made some good dinner, so I'm feeling good.
Hey,
Sipping wine,
what she
kicking
make?
it with y'all. She made fried chicken, cornbread, spinach, collard
Mm.
greens. Yeah, I ate
Spinach
good
and
before
collard
the
greens.
stream started.
Yeah,
Yeah, I ate good.
that boy eating good. You might need an energy
Well,
drink
tear
halfway
that toilet
Oh,
up.
I got an energy drink right here.
That liquid courage.
Right, facts.
Yep. Shout
We
out
gonna
to
tear that
Christina.
toilet up.
Yeah, spinach and collard greens, boy, ain't no joke. And fried
Right.
chicken too. Dang, son, I could go for some fried chicken right now too.
I had leftover pizza. Man,
If I had leftover pizza and some fried chicken.
Don't
I ain't had no collard greens and stuff though, or cornbread and all that kind of carrying on.
wait. You really
yeah.
had leftover pizza and fried chicken?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's
Some
crazy.
leftover Domino's pizza and some fried chicken.
How do you reheat your Dominoes?
I put it in the
Most of the
microwave.
time it's supposed to go in the oven, but I use the microwave. I ain't got time to wait.
Oh man,
Same.
Yeah, man. So put sauce and cheese in the cardboard box and eat it. Reheating that in the microwave, yo.
Hey, brother, I eat to survive, not to taste.
I eat
Oh,
for both.
okay. Okay, yeah. No, because I eat for taste.
Forget
My
that. I
God.
eat for both, bro. Survival and it needs to taste good.
I mean, I do too, but if push comes to shove, I'm going to survive.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. All
Mm.
right. Where we started today, man? We got a couple of topics. Good people. If you haven't already, you know what I mean, like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're still watching up to this point, you should have done that already anyway. What we got? What we got? Talk to me, big ass. What we going with?
All right, so I feel like we should start with I was watching Kevin Samuels, and I know he is already controversial just on its own.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But it was his video. Do men start winning at 40?
Yeah.
Which I think, and then I'll give you my topics. I mean, my
I'm gonna see
opinion.
if I can find that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if I can actually
Well,
find it. Do men start winning? Oh, men start winning at 40. Oh yeah, but the 24-minute video when we play like
yeah,
2 minutes of it.
mm,
yeah. Sure.
Let me see. Hold up. Let me
Play
see if I
that.
can
And
play like
then,
2 minutes of it so everybody can see what's going on. Um, I have a lot to say. Just the fact that you mentioned Kevin Samuels, but we'll get there later.
yeah, I
Mhm.
mean,
yeah, I'm glad that you said RIP too, 'cause I was going to ask if he was. I was about to say, ain't
What
he
if you can
dead?
create
But
your own website by saying, this is
Oh,
what I
that's
want?
crazy. This
With
came up on my
Wix,
other
you can.
account. The premium.
All right.
Bootleg.
At age 40, though, ladies and
that nigga
gentlemen,
was
at
like Shannon
age
Sharp.
40 is where the game changes. Shout out to Game Changer. At age 40, you have put in your 20 years.
Okay.
You have done the work of getting your body right.
Okay.
You've done the work of networking,
yeah,
failing, trying better, failing again. And
Mm-hmm.
now you've gone into the second phase of life. You should have been promoted at least three times by 40.
Oh, hold on. I ain't gonna front y'all.
Mm,
yes,
Before
indeed.
I ain't gonna front. I ain't
mm.
gonna front y'all before we keep going. Like you say, you should have been promoted 2 or 3 times by age of 40. I mean, yo, if it ain't right, I'll move on because somebody else want me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
Right.
uh,
I
body should
agree.
be, yeah, body should be
And as
right.
far as
Hold on, let me see. Let me see if he keep cooking with grease. Hold on.
He does.
By 40, you should have been promoted at least three times.
Hmm.
And sometimes you may have to move companies to move up. You
Hey.
should have
Look at
moved
that.
up at least three times. This is when you should be at the director phase of life,
Mm-hmm.
the regional manager,
Mm-hmm.
um, vice president.
Yo, I ain't gonna
Mm,
front y'all. I was a regional manager like what year is this, man? Like 5 years ago. So
all right,
like 5 years ago, I was a regional manager. I covered the entire Northeast for a company, up and down the coast, and from that, obviously moved up, got more money and everything. Um, man, which I hold on, we only like 3 minutes in, and he
Yeah, and
talking that
he's
talk.
spitting facts. He's spitting facts. But then
yes.
but
he's going.
Say that again.
hello,
Uh-huh.
yeah. See, this is my thing though, because like he's not telling a lie, but at the same time, he's not accounting for the people that like kind of got a late jump on life. You know what I'm saying? The people that ain't great employees and know how to move up in the company and whatnot. Like he's speaking about like a generalized like people who was doing good in school
Yeah,
or like kind of carrying on. They didn't do nothing else in
yeah,
like but try to win. You know, so
yeah. Later on, he's gonna say for all the go-getters,
Let me see. Hold on. Let me
all
see.
the
Oh,
people
we're not
that
even
did
three
the
minutes
right
in.
thing.
but
We only
like it's
15.
controversial, but drug dealers are go getters also. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Hold on. All right, let's play like another minute.
Yeah, play on.
In a different way.
You are ready to win. This is the phase of life to where you take no prisoners. And this is a phase of life where guys got to become more and more aware because this is a phase of life where
I'm a PhD.
lose. They can no longer ride on the fact that black don't crack and they still look like they're hot enough to get in the club. I know so many women who are 35 plus who, when you look at their bodies, they are beautiful, but you touch them and they're soft. They work out, but it's
I
not
like the
firm.
soft
It's not
body
tight
though.
like it used to be because gravity and time
Yeah.
is the same on all of us. And why is this important? Because you need to understand at age 40, your mindset needs to remember at age 20 how you had to eat shit.
Oh, that's
Because
for the
so
men,
many
right?
women will be coming
Hmm.
along
Yeah.
your way who had nothing for you back in the day when you were
Beta.
yeah, back in the day when they had nothing for you and they hitting you with the hey big head. And you're like, don't diss them. Don't be mean to them. Hell, talk to them, pick their brain, work with them if possible. And if you won't, dust a few of them off. But by no means do you get involved.
All right. All right. I think we could
Yeah.
man, we can leave. All right, so Big S, you wanted to talk about this, man. What's your thought process and why did you want to discuss this tonight?
I mean, I agree with him. So when we were in our 20s,
Mm-hmm.
those were our workhorse years.
Mm-hmm.
We worked, we did overtime, we moved up, we saved up, we met women, we tried things, and I think I always say that women want a protector and a
Provider.
provider.
Mm-hmm.
And at 40, that's when you have everything. You got your money, you've been working, you've been putting in the time, you've been promoted, you are desirable. I mean, I agree with him. I agree. I agree 100%.
I could only agree to a certain extent though, because like not everybody is allotted and afforded them same opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody just turned the opportunities down. A lot of people never got the opportunity, to be truthfully honest.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So to tell somebody about 40 that you're supposed to have your life together, like I know a lot of men who didn't get their life together till they was in their 50s,
but
damn near 60.
what opportunity are we talking about?
Like the opportunity to actually have a 9 to 5 job. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity to because like not a lot of people had the educational background to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like some people dropped out. You know what I'm saying? And it like that's their fault. Of course, yeah, you should have at least got your GED or something. But a lot of people get turned down,
Okay,
and they're
so
more qualified than the person who is qualified a lot of times. But because they don't got the paper behind them, they get turned down.
let's dissect that then, right? All four of us, all four of us in here,
are different.
different levels of education. All four of us,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
Every single one, right? Me, some college. Josh, high school. Sean,
I got
degree.
a master's.
Huh?
I got a master's.
Masters, right? JS,
Shit, huh?
GED,
GED.
right? All of us still finish what America considers required education. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Right? So again, when you start off with the argument of people not being afforded the opportunity, I mean, right? You're like a summation of your circle, pretty much. No pun intended. I know that sounds like a corny plug for our page, but I'm really meaning like I told y'all the other day, right? If you hang around five bums, you're gonna be the sixth bum, right?
Yeah,
If
Hmm.
you
you're
hang
bound to
around,
be the six.
yeah, if you hang around five people that are going and looking for opportunities, you're gonna be the sixth one that gets an opportunity, right? So when I hear that and I think about our upbringing, which was all in the same place, and I think about the decisions we made and didn't make, I would say that we all had the opportunity to do that and to accomplish that by 40. So I would like that's what how I would counter your argument because I know you. Like I know us. Like we're not random people talking. You know what I'm saying? So when
Right.
I think about that, I'm like, nah, because ho- however, this being a small fraction of all a man, it's rare that you get 4 of 4 that do have opportunities to do something in life.
Right.
So who are you arguing for when you say not everyone is afforded that opportunity? Because again, like I say all the time, or even like it's so funny, like Kevin Samuels will say, that's the exception to the rule. The rule is though that you have the opportunity, and on average, even above average, by 40, most men do have some sort or some piece of their life together.
Okay. So
And
what I'm saying is,
that, Josh, Big S.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think so. I, I do think that unfortunate things happen to people, but
Mhm.
as Gene said, those are the exceptions. Like, so if you, and I'm not taking any jabs at anybody, but I say if you are married, you will always be successful. If you get married and you stay married, you work together, there's no way that you will not be successful. So if you're single, that's a strike. If you have a child young, that's a strike. If you don't further your education, that's a strike. If you don't
you
apply
talking about
yourself,
me? No, I don't talk about you. Not talking about nobody.
no, 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 no. I'm just saying in general.
Hey, I mean, you got to say
These
you, gotta
are
say, you just struck him out though. he,
no,
Yeah.
I'm not.
didn't even try to
Going.
he didn't even try to
These
switch it up.
are
He didn't even try
these
to switch it up to give you like a at base or nothing.
A
Like
chance. Like
Well,
no, 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 no,
everything he said was all me.
hold
no,
hold
no,
on,
no.
hold on, JS, because
Okay.
I'll back you up on this one. So to a certain extent, so what Big S is saying, I don't completely like agree with him because in my profession, I've met Marines or military that did get married, and none of it was like most of it wasn't successful. Because at least in my field, some of them get married just to make more money, not
Mhm.
realizing that if
Yeah,
you break that commitment, then it's over. Because if they want, they could just call you out, and then you'd be done for.
And if
Because
they
adultery is that's a ooh, that's bad. Like you're gonna get kicked out if you get caught with
you
adultery because
said
they don't
they're
play around like
getting
that.
paid more money, right?
A lot of people believe they do because you get extra what's called a BAH base allowance housing, which
Yeah.
that's not entirely true.
Hey,
Like it may
let
seem like
me
it, but it's not.
sorry, let me show you something because I knew this was gonna come up, right? So I like hold on, look at this real quick. All right, right. So I knew you was gonna say that. So if you look down here at number 8, with jobs with the highest divorce rates, well, look
Military is
at
number
number
8.
8. So
they number
So
7 too.
yeah, so that's why I don't agree with you when you say if you're married, you'll be successful if you two love each other.
No,
If you're there for
no,
the
no.
commitment and you love each
what,
other.
I said
what
get
I'm trying
married and stay
he said
together.
stay married. But Big S, what I'm trying to say, and Josh, to defend Big S point is that it ain't the marriage. It's like it's the people, like you said. Look at your profession. Your profession got 2 to 3 spots on the top 10.
Well, yeah, no, you're right. That's why I was gonna say like on the flip side, like I mean, uh, basically what I'm trying to say is it's against JS, but bottom line is no matter what age you are, like no matter like by the time 40, what matters the person is if they're willing to put in the work.
Mhm.
If you're willing to put in the work and be committed, like you know what, I'm not gonna be down like this. I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna go after it. No matter how many opportunities like shut you down, as long as you put in the work and you don't give up, then even at 40, you'll be successful.
So yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
then
So this is
again,
what I was trying to.
say that again.
This is what I was trying to say, because I'm speaking from personal experience. Because as
Mhm.
you said, all four of us, we got different educations, but we all got the education that is required to be qualified for something.
Mhm.
I went to a plenty of different jobs where the person next to me was nowhere near as qualified. They was not better than me. Period. Point blank. But at the end of the day, they got the opportunity because a lot of the times it ain't what you know, it's also who you know. I got a lot of opportunities because I knew certain people. not because they actually like checked on me.
But we all do. That's how the world works. Networking,
Mhm.
your
Yeah,
network, your net worth.
He did mention networking.
yeah.
Like your
So
network
so
is your
so to
network.
say that at 40, as a man, you're supposed to be put together, that's that's kind of not true. Like you
Well,
can't dictate when somebody's supposed to be put together. It's
how do you?
I think that is when like you mature. You got a good 7 years after that until you get successful.
Okay, so now you walking yourself down the alley that you can't turn around and it's a dead end street. So if you're not mature by 40, then what the hell you been doing all these years?
Hmm.
Okay, that's not what I'm. See,
That's what you
the
said.
thing is,
You
yeah,
should
I
be
did say that,
you
but
no.
he was saying
Hold on,
without maturity or anything, about 40, you should be put together.
hold
I'm
on.
saying,
Yeah,
okay,
hold on. I heard what you said. Right? You're saying when you're mature, you should have those opportunities, but then after you mature, it takes an additional 7 years, right? According to you, that's what you said. Okay. So then my question is, as a man, if by 40 years old, if you're not mature, again, what the hell have you been doing all these years?
Mhm.
people
That's
be
what
messing up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Some people didn't
yeah,
mature till
yeah.
they was 45, 50.
So as
So
smart as you
hold
are,
on.
as smart as you are, why would you even try to defend that type of man that's not mature by 40 years old?
I'm not defending that type of man. I'm saying there's other variables that play into certain situations. So you can't speak as if this is a definite instead of saying, I feel like you should be put together at 40. Not men are put together at 40 or just making it a definite statement. No, say by 40, you should have yourself together.
Hold on. Hold on, Sean. Because although we didn't watch it yet, he does say all the men that made the right moves, that made the right choices, that were
Okay.
ambitious. Now if you were spending your whole life just messing up, then of course he's not speaking to you. Like he's like later when he says that women start losing at 40. That's
So,
not that's not all women.
all right. So
So
y'all want to watch another minute or two?
nah. I mean,
I mean, you never know how long it's going to take him to get to
okay.
those kind of points. But I hear what Sean's saying, and like that makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah. So
Hold on. Big ass, say what you said again. That it's not
I
what?
said that he's not speaking about all men.
Yeah.
He's saying all the men that made good choices, that were ambitious. Those men will be successful by 40. Now, if
Okay.
you made lots of bad choices in your life and you had a whole bunch of unfortunate events,
Mm-hmm.
as Gene said, you are the exception because by most in most cases, by 40, life should be going your way now. And
Right.
I agree.
All right. So then my question is this, right? We literally we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
If that's the case, the rule that most men on average have their life together by 40, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So then again, JS, back to you. You're making a claim for the exception of men. That's what side you're on with your argument, with your point. Because every single human, man or woman, have decisions they have to make. They have decisions that they don't make, where in turn life makes a decision for them. They have obstacles. They have situations. Like every single person has things that they go through, right? But the rule is still how you handle it. If you handle it the appropriate way for you, where you're at as a person, right? It doesn't matter, right? We all could have the same situation, but we all could deal with it differently according to who we
Right.
are, but it be the right way for us.
And
If
that's
you
completely
do
understandable.
right, and if you do that, then the rule is if you continue to handle situations that way, y- you should be successful by 40. So when you say about everyone having circumstances and stuff, you're on the fence of the exception. Like I'm
All right,
trying to
I don't
how I say it. I'm trying to see how I say it, like the appropriate way, because I'm not trying to play anybody at all, right? But you're
right.
like you're describing, you're defending the people that still continue to make decisions and have not learned anything. I think that's the best way to put it. Like without
And I hear what you say. So let me let you know. I just want to make it clear. I'm not defending them. I'm just I'm making sure that people know that there is another side to the fence. You know what I'm saying? So don't take what he's saying and go out there and then look at a man and be like, "Oh, you 40 and ain't got yourself together." Kevin Samuel said. You know what I'm saying? It's like
how old are you?
I'm 37.
Okay, you're 37. 3 years away from this supposed rule, right? All right.
Hmm.
So if the rule holds true and you continue to make good decisions like you're making now because you are, you should be successful in your own right by 40, correct?
Right. I mean, I feel like I'm successful now because I matured and I took hold and I'm changing things. I might not be where I want to be at right now,
Hmm.
but success comes when your mind switch and then you start working towards it. So each step that I make towards success, I'm successful.
And I want to say that he said you start winning
Hmm.
at
At 40,
40.
right.
It's not you won by
Right.
40.
You're at the
You
beginning
start
stage of
winning. Yeah.
the beginning stage of winning. Right.
Okay, yeah,
That's
that's
when,
I didn't take that into account either. I didn't put the start winning. Like I just heard winning at 40 and went off the
So,
Richter scale.
so
So
in
forgive me,
turn,
people. Let me take my superpowers off.
this guy. In turn, what you said now even holds more weight, right? Because if you say, like I say, yo, by 40 you should be mature. That's me. I'm like, yo, if at 40 you're not mature, you're not doing it right. So let's say we go with what you said. When you're mature, 7 years after that, boom, you start winning, right? So if you combine that with Kevin Samuel was saying about 40, you start winning, and you take your rule that you said 7 years after that, you technically might be ultra successful in your own right. You know what I mean?
hmm
According to all of that. And like
Yeah,
my only problem is just like, yo, like I don't hang around those people. So I think for me, that's the thing too. It's just like, bro, cause all right, everybody know I'm gonna be
thank
40.
God you ain't got to be around it.
Nah, I'm gonna be 40 this month, right? And for me, I think we spoke about this before, but like the thought is like, yo, I'm more than halfway there. What am I doing? What's next? That's literally how for me as a man, my mind works. Like I'm
And that's
literally
amazing.
what?
That's amazing because we look at you, and to be truthfully honest, on the outside looking in, you look like you're there. But like your perspective of things is, I'm not all the way there yet because you want better for yourself. Even though you're doing better in a lot of
Yeah,
eyes, you know that you could be doing more better. And it's like that's drive, and that's much respect
yeah.
all the
Thank
way.
Nah, I appreciate that. I don't take that lightly. And it's funny, like Big Ass don't know, but he said to me a long time ago. I don't know if you remember this. He called me like kind of like a mental and emotional nomad, like where I'm always searching for better, for more, to gain more. And at the time, I'll be honest, I didn't really know how to take that because I came off as like, yo, I'm not greedy. You know what I mean? Like there's things that I'm very happy with, things that I feel satisfied with. But as I got older and whatever for my own rights, I started to accomplish things. I was like, okay, well, if I did that, maybe I can do this. Let me really try to give my all with that. And then I started to understand what he meant by that. He was like paying me a compliment,
Yeah,
like saying, bro, like
right.
you always searching on how you can do better. And there's nothing wrong with that. But guess what?
At all.
But guess what? To each his own. If you're okay with where you're at, there's nothing wrong with that either. So for me, I don't downplay anybody that's content or okay where they're at. It's just the heart and the drive and the mind that God gave me is like if
Right.
if better is possible and I'm able to go after that mentally, physically, and emotionally, like why not? You know?
Yeah, and that's not greed at all. Wanting more and wanting better ain't greed. Greed is when you want to take everything from everybody. That's greed. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm good, but the person right next to me got a little something too. I want to take that too. Like, that's greed.
Mm-mm. Nah. Honestly, bro, and it's like it goes back again to what we was talking about in the first video. Like one of the main things with being a homeowner is because my wife and I was like, okay, we want to have another kid. We want to provide them a life. It wasn't like, oh, we want a house. It was like we're thinking
Yeah,
progressive, like our kids in space. And then it was like, okay,
right.
we want our family to have a place they could come to. Like it was
Mhm.
so much not about what we desired, but how we can have a space for everyone else. So when I'm
Mm-hmm.
gone, my kids hopefully already will have taken this step that we've given
Uh-huh.
them and be able to have a launching pad. You know
Fact.
what I
Right.
mean?
Everything
Already collected assets for 'em.
I'm doing is for with m- my child and my grandchild in mind. So every step I take, every penny I save, it's not for me because I know if I keep making money and I keep growing, I can pass it on. Hopefully, I can pass on that hunger too that I had because I know by the third, fourth generation of them living a good life, it might be gone.
Somebody gonna fuck it up.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
yo, but bro, it's yeah, like for
Yeah.
real, it's like that, and it's like we spoke about before. It's like, bro, we from the trenches. It's difficult to teach the hunger that comes with just being born in that.
Yeah.
Like
And I ain't.
the desire of like, I gotta get out of here. I know there's more than this. It's
Mm-hmm.
difficult, but yeah, to your point, man, it's like, hey, when they having Thanksgiving dinner, like 70 years from now, yeah, great granddaddy Gene, he did this 40
Yep.
years ago. Well, he did this 80 years ago, and this is the reason why we have XYZ, right? And not even like,
Mm-hmm.
and not
Planted
even
a
to be
tree
like
and now
exalted.
they get to eat the fruit and they get to
Yeah,
sit in the shade from the tree that you planted.
yeah.
I
And
ain't
it's
gonna
not even
front. Like, and I hear what y'all saying. Like, you want to do better for your kids and grandkids, and I feel the same way. But I'm gonna tell the truth. Shit, I want to have some fun with what I make too.
bro,
This
that's
ain't all for y'all.
that's what I was about to say though, bro. Like honestly, no lie, bro. As God is my witness, if God blessed me with like 10 to 15 years of enjoying some of my fruit, I'd be so grateful. I would be
Right.
so grateful. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll take five
because,
years of enjoying my fruits.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah,
so I always had that you have your work course years, and in those years, you should be networking, you should be working overtime, you should be having all these ideas and trying stuff and failing. Because when you get older, then you can just enjoy it with your children. But you got to
You
go
know
through
something?
those work course years first.
mm-hmm.
You know
No, I,
something?
I
I
agree
heard
with you.
something in the video. My bad, Josh. I heard something in the video, and it changed my whole outlook on how I should be moving. You know what I'm saying? Like it was in the video, and I said it to you in the group chat, Gene, when you were talking about streaming. I said, don't be scared when you got God with you, because like at the end of the day, what's there to be scared of? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times we stop ourselves thinking that, oh, this ain't gonna work out the right way, or maybe I got to do this different, or like, you know what I'm saying? Because you're scared of failing. Well, I don't know about like y'all sitting up here, but I know a lot of times people feel like that. I know I felt like that a few times. I'm just now jumping out the window because, like I said, my journey with God, like trying to get closer to God, being more spiritual, I'm learning more. So it's like, why would I walk in fear when God not gonna live uncomfortable? When you let God into your life, yeah, He gonna make sure wherever He live at is Gucci.
Yeah. Amen. Mhm.
Thank you for that
Amen.
round of applause, my brother.
No doubt. It's yeah, bro. It's like I was talking to my brother-in-law the other day. It's like, yo, do it all, bro. And it's like you said, you just said something, but it's like the simple things of enjoyment. So like today I cut the grass, right? But the cutting the grass part is not the enjoyment at all, right? But the enjoyment was my son saying, "Daddy, I'm coming outside with you to watch you cut the grass." Like, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
The fact that he's
And my
like he's not just like I want to go outside. He's like I'm coming outside to watch you
yeah,
cut the grass.
learning how to do things as a
Like
man already.
you know what I'm saying?
And
And all I had him do was he picked up the sticks that was in the yard, and I had him throw them in the bush. Like, hey, throw those in the bush, and then he played. But he watched me cut the grass. He's like, oh, you gotta cut that piece right there. You know, he's paying attention, and it's like
Yeah,
for me again to go back to enjoying some of the fruits. Yeah, for me that is a fruit.
that's some of the
Like
fruits. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
for me, that is a fruit.
Like my mind went somewhere else when you said you was cutting the grass. Cutting the grass ain't the enjoying part, but I would have been like, cutting grass ain't enjoyable, but I enjoy it because I'm cutting my own grass now. It ain't like I'm a
but
lawnmower service. Like I have grass to cut. Now I'm having fun.
Hmm. Yeah.
don't knock the lawnmower
What
service
about
because
you, Josh?
yeah, we can let Josh
I
go.
mean, well, I mean, we got artificial grass, like, but I guess you could say the
Man,
fruit
we
of it
ain't
was the
talking
fact
about
that,
the artificial grass and stuff, Josh. We talking about enjoying the fruits of your labor.
No,
which
no,
is
no, no, no.
which
Hold
is
on,
me
hold on.
actually, which is me actually putting it down. Like
Yeah,
I actually had to put it
There you
down in the
go.
part. Like I had to go to Home Depot. We had to like me and the wife. We had to like measure out like okay how many square feet we need for the grass. And thankfully for her because I suck at measurements, so she helped me out. We had to load the grass into the car. Now again, it wasn't enjoyable putting it down because it gets hot as hell out here. But the fact that we were able to put it down, I was like, damn, I actually
and just
put down grass in my
with
house.
that's priceless
Right.
because I say that I work for time. Only
Hmm.
reason that I am giving anybody my time is because I want it back double. So
Yep.
I'm working, I'm getting money. So when I don't want to do things and I want to spend time with my family, I can afford it. So I'm not working for money. I have on a shirt, it says that I want to be a billionaire. It's not because it's the money, it's because of what it could provide. I mean, all the time with my family, all the vacations, I can go anywhere, I can do anything, I can help anybody. And I think that time is the most important thing in life.
Yes.
Money,
Uh, I
You
wouldn't
ever
mind being the billionaire, but I'd rather be a wealthy
the same. Okay, yeah.
He he
Nah,
wants to
billion got
be.
a cap on it. That's a number. Wealthy ain't
I'd
got no
rather be.
number. It's just
I'd rather
living
be
great.
wealthy. I'd rather be wealthy than rich.
Facts.
are we really
I hear you,
downplaying
guy.
a billionaire? Like what?
Oh no, not
I get it.
downplaying the billionaire. It's just as you get older and start learning certain stuff, bro. Like $1 billion, if that's all you got and you don't know how to do nothing with it the right way, you'll lose it.
Now, see,
But
you throw,
being wealthy, your money gonna continue to make money for you.
bro, you're throwing things in there. If you're a billionaire, you're wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, I would say,
No, if
How
you're a
not?
billionaire, you're rich. Because if you don't got no assets that keep money coming in, then you might not be a billionaire for long. You got a
But you,
$1 billion, you spend $1, you're no longer a billionaire.
but you're assuming you're just throwing in clauses in this and different scenarios. Like if you're a billionaire, bro, to be honest,
be
all
hard.
billionaires have assets.
Yeah, yeah, because nobody. I mean, it's hard to
No
have
liquid
a
to
billion
liquid
dollars. You got stock, you got real estate, you got a
unless you're
No,
company.
that's what
If
JS was trying to say. Like if you put it in stock, that means you're trying to be wealthy. You're trying to build your money up. He's
Right.
saying people who are billionaires, they're going to spend their money and don't know what to do
that's
with
the
it.
They
dude
could. They
I get
could.
it.
Like let's
I
say
give
somebody
both sides.
inherited a
I get you
billion
both sides.
dollars. Let's say
I,
let's say somebody died and somebody inherited that $1 billion. They can screw that $1 billion up without like financial literacy or knowing how to do anything with it.
yeah, I get what you're saying, JS. I get it.
Gene saying if you made it to $1 billion, you have assets. Now, if you inherited or you won the lottery, okay, it's gonna take it's gonna take some time and some major stupid decisions to lose $1 billion over your short lifetime. You got
That
to
yeah.
throwing that money away. You got to be burning it. You got to be
That,
buying things that just depreciate so fast.
Yeah,
You
because
out
people
here,
get
you
stupid. They
buying
go buy a
food,
$1 million car and crash it.
you buying drugs.
yeah, I would say
Yeah,
they're going to drugs. They're gonna buy cars they're gonna tell them they're worth like hundreds of
You
millions.
buy $1 million car, you got $1 billion. You can buy so many $1 million cars.
Yeah,
Yeah, but see, people get ignorant with stuff like we gotta wait to see who gets the billion because it all depends on who's touching that billion. Not everybody can handle $1 billion. A lot of people can't handle 10,000. Damn, sure not a billion.
you know how long it takes to run out of $1 billion, though, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
But
I think because we have so much access now to kind of seeing people's lifestyle and whatnot that we think you can just throw away $1 billion like that, and you can't. And even when you inherit $1 billion per se, that's in assets. It's like as far as I know, excuse me, the people that mostly have that amount of cash and liquid is Saudi Arabia. As far as I know, if you look
mm,
at what they're doing with these leagues and the oil money they got over there, like they have liquid. They are throwing. Think about the what is that? The live or the live golf club that they have going on over there,
Yeah,
right? They're trying to
yeah,
like, bro. I think they're trying to start a basketball. Like they have that kind of. They have that super fu money and cash.
they paying
yeah,
big
but see, they're
big
not
bucks.
they're not just billionaires. They're wealthy because of their companies. So when you look at them, you don't even say, "Oh, they're just billionaires." No, you say, "Yo, they one of the wealthiest families. They got an oil company." You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are touching trillions, not
That's
even
what you
billions,
said,
and we
though.
don't never know about it.
But bro, again, I think we're arguing semantics.
Yeah.
There
It,
is
it is.
it's again, I hate to keep using this phrase, but you're talking about the exception versus the rule, bro. When you're a billionaire, you have assets. It's not just $1 billion in liquid that you're just gonna throw everywhere and throw out the window. Like you have to go to the bank. You have portfolios. You got these stocks. You have these properties. Like whatever it is that your money is tied into. Like Robert Kiyosaki, right? He uses the floating debt method, right, with his real estate. So yeah, I know Sean.
Mhm.
That's right. I know Big S. I know what's up.
Yeah.
So like he has it to where he let's say he has 10 properties, right? Those 10 properties when it comes to tax time shows that he's negative $5 million for the year. Right? Because of all the taxes, how much the house is costing, everything. When in
Yeah,
actuality, that's
He's making money.
right. It's a recurring
right.
investment. But he gets to now write all those things off because they come out as a loss, right?
Yeah.
But his
Mhm.
actual portfolio, even though it might say, "Oh, Robert Kiyosaki lost 5 million last year," he actually probably made 300 million.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Yeah, he laugh at that.
the tax code
And like,
it benefits real estate like no other. So you can make 30 grand, but your one real estate property, it it depreciates by
Hmm
30 grand a year, which means it's saying that your house lost 30 grand of value through just wear and tear.
hmm
Even though you made that money, it's going to say that you made nothing. You got 30 grand, but on your taxes, you
hmm
made nothing.
So again,
It's
back
crazy.
to that, that's what I'm saying. Like with the assets, bro. Like it's like trust me, these people they not just having liquid cash. And it's funny because I was watching a video from I don't know if you guys ever heard like Patrick Bet David or PBD podcast
Yep.
or Valuetainment. I was watching a video of his and he was talking about the net worth of like Diddy and Kanye and Jay Z, and he was talking
mhm,
about the liquid cash difference, the investments,
right.
and also like the brand deals and partnerships, right? So if you look at Jay Z, right, is Jay Z a billionaire?
Yes.
That's what they say because of his net worth. You don't know if that's the dollars he got in his bank account.
Oh, what,
It's
bro?
not the dollars he got.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You count in dollars, right? You have to count all his assets. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
That's how they figure out your net worth, your assets.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
means
So
if
what
you sell all of this, you'll end up with $1 billion. We were speaking off of the shirt saying I want to be a billionaire without any context behind it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was speaking to. Because like if you're gonna be about to be a billionaire, I'm pretty sure you got some assets. But you know what I'm saying? But when you're speaking, like even in the court of law, the words that are there mean something. It never said I want to be a billionaire with assets. It said I want to be a billionaire. That's it. Right or wrong, Sean. In the court of law, wording is very
Yeah,
important.
but so the reason because that's what Gene said is it's because we went off of. So you said that um, something about you want to be wealthy, you don't
Yeah, I want to be
care
a wealthy
about
man.
being a billionaire, and then to me, and Gene said that if you are a billionaire, you are wealthy, and then Josh said that he would rather be wealthy than rich. But that's completely different. If you are a billionaire, you are wealthy. It's not that you are just rich. Now, if you are a millionaire or you are a doctor or an engineer, you might be rich, but you might not be wealthy because you don't have that passive income.
That
Right.
portfolio,
So if you're a billionaire without assets, ain't you just rich again anyway?
We just
dude,
went
dude,
over
dude.
that if
Again,
you are
so name it. So
billionaire.
name a billionaire that don't have
Nah.
assets. No, no, no,
Wait
no,
a
no,
minute.
no,
Wait a minute. Because this is all hypothetical stuff.
no,
Because at the end of the day, people do inherit stuff.
no.
People do inherit stuff.
We're gonna play
They
this
got
game.
inheritance money.
We're gonna
Yeah,
play
but
this
they
game.
are not inheriting a billion
They're
in
inheriting
cash.
the asset, right?
They are inheriting
Companies,
a billion in
companies, properties, assets, cars, like
gold,
whatever you name it,
silver,
jewelry.
both. Yeah.
So no, so what you two are saying is correct. I was going off of what JS was saying. He was thinking as if we won $1 billion, like a lottery.
We didn't say that.
Period.
No, that's what he was going
Oh,
off
no,
of.
and
I didn't say
assets
it.
wasn't said neither. So we can take it to whichever
I brought that
direction
up too.
because assets wasn't said,
So,
and neither was winning the lottery said.
I treat it as if you're saying $1 billion
I see
is
that
like win the
You did
lottery.
say the lottery.
No, like
Huh?
lottery.
No,
And then,
yeah, said the
yeah.
lottery.
So I went on and I said that it's going to take a long time for
Yes.
you to run out of $1 billion if you won the lottery. And I
yeah,
said that you have to buy a whole bunch of
yeah, that's what we were
$1 million
talking. Yeah,
And I
cars
agree with
to
that.
run out of $1 billion.
And I
I
agree
mean,
with that. But if you win $1 billion the lottery, then
if
you're
you
rich,
spend,
not wealthy, because you don't have
listen,
any assets yet.
if you spend $5 million a year for the rest of your life, and you had $1 billion, you would still leave your
It'll be
child
okay.
a
Yep.
multi-millionaire. They would still be one of the richest people in the world.
Riches, not one of the wealthiest.
I get it. I get it.
Okay. All right.
I get it.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, sh-
Yes.
uh, no, Josh. I don't
No,
know, Josh. You must have ate too good because you really like
no,
naming.
I get it. No, I get I get what Big S is saying. I get what he's saying.
Oh, okay, because that wasn't again. That's why I said like Sean JS, which is fine. He's throwing in like scenarios and just placing scenarios, right? If I hear someone, for me, if I hear someone is a billionaire, I don't think liquid cash. That is not the norm. That's why I said name a billionaire that has zero assets and just cash. That's why I said that, right? Because even if we're doing hypotheticals, that is a very, very difficult hypothetical to speak from because you can't go through the Forbes list of billionaires and name a billionaire that don't have assets,
No,
right?
But
yeah, I
but
go
all
ahead.
hypothetical is like hypothetical, right? Hypothetical is like made up scenarios that actually could happen, but like it ain't happen. Like, but these are like worst case or lowest case scenario things. Hey, because at the end of the day, like I said, the shirt didn't say I want to be a billionaire with assets. It didn't say I want to be a billionaire without assets. It didn't say none of that. It just said I want to be a billionaire. So we can
So
assume that people got assets being a billionaire, or you can assume that they just ran into
What
a whole
do,
boatload of money. They could have won the fucking lottery.
so what do billionaires normally have?
Normally, you at the end of the day, even hitting the lottery, you're not gonna be a billionaire.
No,
So
no,
yeah,
stop.
usually a billionaire has assets. They got companies, they got things that of value.
Okay, all right. So we agree with that. So then my
Yes.
question is, why, if we say I want to be a billionaire, will we say, well, we don't know if they got assets or if they don't got assets? When normally a billionaire has assets. That's what we're going with.
Normally,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
always though.
So I'll
Right.
admit,
So
like I told you earlier, I
I'm
took it as if like you win the lottery. I took it as that. But then when Big Ass said, if I spend $5 million, I still have no. I had to think about it. I was like, oh wait, that does make sense because if you spend $5 million, you still have $995 million left.
Which is very true.
Yeah,
But
I had to
that
think about
don't
that. I was like,
equal
when you put it that way,
wealth.
I was like,
That's
oh
still
shit, yeah,
just being rich and like you just living off of your rich money.
you're not
When you
just rich.
spend,
You
nothing goes
are
back.
super wealthy. Super. You are in the top zero 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 zero
yes, I
one
agree.
percent.
I take back what I say. I agree when you said when you put it out like that. You're right. I take it back what I said.
All right, bet. All right, since you want to play this game, right? I just I just looked it up, right? Because again, you like, yo, bro, you speaking from the exceptions, like you speaking from the people that got like superpowers, yo, bro. In the history of the lottery, how many people you think have won $1 billion?
I don't think any.
No,
So it's
You
been,
know, hold on, stop. Did you hear him? No, did you hear him?
yeah,
What
yeah.
did you heard the question I asked him,
I don't
right?
think any people win a billion. Because even if the lottery says it's a billion, that gets split up between everybody that won.
So
And
why? So why when we say a billionaire, do you say we don't know if they won the lottery if you don't think anyone has ever made $1 billion from winning the lottery?
Because I'm not talking about definiteness. I'm saying there are different scenarios. If we didn't
you,
pinpoint one, it can go down any street.
all
Now,
right,
yeah,
so
what I'm saying
Sean,
is very far fetched. What I'm saying is very far fetched.
it's
That
plausible.
most likely would never happen that somebody's a billionaire without assets. I know that. I'm not retarded.
Shut up, G.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't
you
say
didn't have to.
anything.
Your eyebrows did.
All right. So I think that we all agree that if you are a billionaire, you are wealthy. Now,
Yes, I do now. Yes.
and Josh, yes, you are right. It's rich and there's wealthy. You would rather be wealthy than rich because, like I said, if you are a surgeon, but all you do is buy cars and hookers and drugs, then you will lose your money. You are rich still, but you are not wealthy because you have no money.
Yo,
If you stop working, then you'll have no more money.
listen. So what I was about to say though, right? Since I had to look it up because I wanted to know, right? So we have the mega millions, the billions,
Right.
whatever, right?
Yep.
12 people have hit the jackpot, which is over $1 billion.
Mhm.
But the cash value has all been under $1 billion. So
Yep.
when you say you don't think anyone has, yeah, after they hit it and taxes get it, it's under the
Yeah.
closest has been $997 million.
Oh, that's
Mm.
real close. That's real
That,
close.
Real
yeah. Yeah.
close.
That's
That's
wealthy.
that's a billion when you round it off.
Nah, it's not a Billy. Nope.
All right, so it's,
You said 997 million, right? When you round
Yeah.
it off, that's a billion.
So if you got $97, do you have 100 or $97?
No, you actually literally got 97, but if you round it off, they're gonna say you got 100 in your pocket.
I agree with Sean here because just if you invest that in just 1 year and you don't lose any money, if you just gain, you'll be at a billion no matter what. So, but that's
That's
in
what. That's
time.
Sean's favorite word, the hypothetical.
No, no, that's I mean,
You said
that's
it.
that's fact. If you even just buy bonds, which would be guaranteed almost at 5%, I mean, you
S&P 500 grow
yeah,
year over
yeah. I
year.
mean, no,
I mean, I know for a fact y'all don't trust my math or nothing, but we all know what rounding to the highest number is. So if you round off 997 million, it's a billion.
Yeah, nobody's arguing if you round it off. Yeah, just
That's
yeah.
what I said though. If you round it off,
yeah. I mean, I get what y'all saying, but I'm just saying that that person should be a billionaire in the next
Should, yeah.
2 years if they have any
I
kind of
wonder.
money.
I wonder if they still got that money left. Like, I hope they did the right thing by it.
They can't spend that much money that
You
Yeah,
fast.
said
that's hard.
you said 12 people won the lottery for a billion, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you count the taxes, and then they have to split it amongst the winners. That's still a lot of money, so they
Yeah,
should still
No,
have
no,
it.
no, no. Literally, it went to that
they
one
won it at
person.
different times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah.
thought they all won at the same time. They split it.
I was talking about individual. Yeah, so he really got, or she really got, not. I think it was a dude who got 997 million.
Shit.
Right,
yeah,
right,
right,
Niggas,
right.
you
right.
Shit.
never see me again. I'd have hit
That's,
y'all niggas up like, yo, I'm telling you,
I'm
fuck
just
with me,
comparing.
and I'd have
But
I'm
been
talking about on
gone.
SpaceX.
yo, speaking of money, since we're talking about these finances, man, let's jump into this other video. Pretty
Yeah,
much what we talking about.
on the opposite end.
Yeah, on the opposite end, right? Trump's HUD secretary details plan to dismantle. I can't talk today. Welfare, lifestyle, and U.S. Let's see what they're talking about.
Welcome back. Congress hammering out key provisions of President Trump's big, beautiful bill, some of which could result in funding cuts to
Big
welfare
beautiful
programs.
bill.
The president requesting certain cuts from the Housing and Urban Development Department, including more than 26.
Hold on, yo. This is crazy. Trump's skinny budget
Wait,
request cuts to housing and urban development. State rental assistance block grant 26.7. Homeless assistance program
billion,
532. Sheesh.
million.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah. A lot of
Let's
$6
money.
billion in state
These
rental and
numbers is
grants and over $700 million in other assistance programs. Joining me now is Housing and Urban Development Secretary Scott Turner.
Hold on. Was that what they give now or what they cutting it down to?
they
I'm
cut. I
not
think it's
sure.
when they cutting it down to.
You say you're not. And you said that's what they cutting it down to, and then you say you're not
I
sure,
think
right?
I believe it's what they cutting it down to, and he
Okay.
said he's not sure.
All right.
Mr. Secretary, thank you so much for being here. What are you expecting in terms of these welfare cuts, and where do you expect the biggest cuts to be made?
Well, good morning, Maria. Thank you for having me. It's great to see you again. You know, the president, my colleagues from the Senate and the
Yo,
House,
pause it real
this
quick.
administration, we're all taking inventory and getting our fiscal house.
Yeah.
All right, wait. I understand what they're saying now. Those budgets up there are right now, and they're trying to figure out where they're going to cut from. So they're asking him, what do you think gonna get hit the most?
Okay. Yep. Makes sense. Yep. I was like, so let's go back a bit. What was those numbers again, yo? Hold on.
26.7 billion for the state rental block shit.
Mhm.
536 million for homeless assistance, and 196 million, 532 million for homeless assistance,
Yeah, I was about to
and
say,
196 for
put your
self
damn glasses
sufficiency.
back on.
I just seen it come back up just now.
You
Yeah.
wasn't seeing it before?
Nah, yeah, I was talking from memory before. Like I seen the numbers right here now.
I mean, that was close. I mean,
Yeah,
shoot.
that was. I thought I was just nervous. I thought he was looking. I was like, man, put them glasses back on. All right, let's see what
I
we got.
already know one that they cut, and it's Job Corps.
Yeah,
They put a
Yeah.
bunch of people just out on the street. I mean, but
Yeah, I think they said they canceling Job Corps nationwide, right?
Yeah. They're
yeah,
starting June 30th. They're going to cancel it.
no. That was the date, but
hmm
they moved it
Oh,
up.
they moved it? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
Wow.
it already happened.
I ain't gonna front. I remember Thomas always used to get a job through Job Corps. Yo, yo, that boy.
Hey, so
I
did.
didn't even
So,
know Thomas went to Job Corps. I thought he went to West Virginia with
And
y'all.
I
He,
he
know
did.
JJ went through it.
He worked up there.
yeah,
And then there was a lot of kids that once you finished the Job Corps program, then you got admitted into the community college that was attached to our school. So they put a lot of kids in college that we knew of. However, they are arguing that all these years, all these people that went, and there's a low graduation rate that most people did not find from Job Corps. I didn't see that because I only met the success stories.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else he's talking about.
In order. As you know, the previous 4 years before we came, there were no checks and no balances, no transparency, and a lack of good stewardship in America's budget and America's fiscal house. And so, along with my colleagues on the Hill, we here at HUD are taking inventory of every program so that we could be sufficient and effective in serving the American people. This is the first step when you talk about the skinny budget. It's the first step of many in this process. Our job here at HUD is to maximize the budget that we do have and make sure that we're serving America's people in the critical programs that we have.
So do you expect cuts to those welfare programs, and how significant will the cuts be? Where specifically are you expecting the cuts, sir?
You know, I think not so much cuts only, Maria, but also how we administer the programs. One thing at HUD, we're very mission-minded, and we understand, you know, our call here to serve the American people. We'll see when the budget comes out what we have to work with. Our job is to maximize this budget and to make sure that we're serving America's most vulnerable people as it pertains to housing.
You know, like just
He's
to
a
think
liar.
about. Nah, like just to think about, right? So, when you think about like assistance and all that stuff, right? Who benefits the most off of like assistance and like food stamps and stuff?
Welfare.
White
So
folk.
Hold on, say it again.
White folk.
Yeah. So for me, I always find humor in the most cynical sort of things because they put this black man on TV to talk about housing cuts and everything, and I'm just like, bro, like that's to me what I would say is like psychological warfare.
he's Trump's
I know.
pick for the Secretary of HUD.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's
And
that's a part of.
So, you know, you got to get people that's going to do what you say.
Guy.
You know,
Say that again, Big S.
you got to get people in. Oh, my bad.
in the cabinet.
Yeah, he's the only black guy in the cabinet. And what's his task right now with his role? What's his task as the only black guy?
He will oversee HUD and urban development, so welfare and projects, Job Corps, and all that stuff like that.
Let's see. All right.
Good old boy, huh?
Point.
Do
Let's see
your job.
Now, I'm not knocking him. I'm proud of him.
No, I'm not knocking him at all. I'm not knocking him.
I am.
I'm
He
just
took the money and said, "Fuck us."
man, hold on.
Yeah, I'm into that show.
And homelessness and disaster recovery.
Mr. Secretary, you co-wrote a New York Times op-ed along with RFK Jr., Brooke Rollins, Dr. Oz. You suggested that there should be new qualifications to receive the welfare benefits. You write, able-bodied adults receiving benefits must work, participate in job training, or volunteer in their communities.
I agree with that.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Let's continue. I agree with that 1,000%.
At least 20 hours a week. So tell us about that. Is that a way to significantly cut back? How can the administration enforce those policies to reshape the welfare system?
Well, Maria, I think it's a paradigm shift. You know as well as I do, work restores dignity. Yeah. Work brings pride. You know, and our welfare system deviated from what it was.
What happened to if a man don't work, he don't eat? Y'all remember that saying?
That's in the Bible.
If a man don't work, he don't eat.
For real. And you know what? I fully agree with what he's saying, because at the end of the day, y'all not going to just be coming down here getting this assistance and being able to go sit on your behind, because the people that's working are paying this. So do something.
You just said he sold us out.
No, see, I'm not even talking about what I'm talking about like the semantics of what's going on. I don't care about him. I already know that he's a puppet. But that right there, I could completely agree with. Yo, you gotta have to volunteer, do something to get this. Like, getting something for nothing, that's not how this is supposed to go.
What you think, Josh? Any thoughts yet?
No, I'm still processing. I want to watch, like, continue watching the video.
All right, it's only 6 minutes, so let's get through this though.
Yeah.
It was intended to be from its origin. It was intended for the most vulnerable, to the most needy in our country. But now we've created welfare as a lifestyle in our country. And you know, America is not a welfare state. America is a country of opportunity and a country of entrepreneurship. And so this will help us to encourage able-bodied people in America that are receiving government subsidies to work. You know, there was a study that came out. Almost 50% of households that are receiving HUD funds, almost 50%, not one person in that household is working. And that has to change. That culture, that paradigm has to change. At HUD, this is common sense compassion. We want to help people and invigorate and encourage people.
You asked me to pause it?
Yeah. So those stats, I mean, if you lose your job, you will go on welfare. So
Right.
that's not a good point because those other people
At all.
that need it. Now, if you stay there, if you're on it for years and for generations, then I believe that that is abuse. Now, if you lose your job, you're not working, your wife is not working, then that's what it's there for, right? It's there to hand you that leg up until you can find a job and
But you,
better your life.
but
Yeah.
you know what? The government kind of created that for themselves. They made that monster. You know why? Because they tell you that you can't get as much if you have a job. So a lot of people is like, yo, I might as well sit back, not take the job, get them to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of created that monster to tell people, oh, you make 8 cents over the limit to get food stamps.
Did the government
So
create
I
that?
make 8 cents,
Did the government create
huh?
that monster? Did the government create that monster, or did people just see an opportunity and take advantage of it because they're lazy?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's both, but the government got to take the role that they play in it. Because the reason being is, like, if you working and they say and you can't really feed yourself, and they like, oh, you make 8 cents over to get food stamps, then why wouldn't you cut your hours down a little bit to get some food stamps?
Okay, that's a great point. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you're, I understand what you're saying. Like if you're in the six, let's say you got a full time job at, I don't even want to name a business because I don't want to play anybody's like work.
Right.
But let's say
You
you
ain't
got a
working
full
at.
time job and you're getting paid minimum
Absolutely.
wage, but it's a full time job. How do you survive? Right? How do you pay? Because last time I checked, you can't pay rent and buy groceries on a minimum wage job alone.
And electric bills and whatever other bills come up.
I'm just rent and groceries. I know you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Facts.
Probably
That's why
can't even do it on probably can't even do it on rent without robbing Peter to pay Paul.
But here's the thing
In New
is,
York, you need 2 jobs and a side hustle to be good.
here's the thing. If you so why are you making minimum wage? Are you just starting out? Do you have minimum skills? And if you do, then you should be working on making
You going back,
yourself better.
you kind
But
of
but
you
whether
kind
you're making minimum wage or not, if the government tells you that you make 8 cents over the limit to get some assistance, then you're gonna cut your hours back to get the
While
assistance
you
plus
are
still make some
on
money.
while you are on assistance, you should be going to school or learning a trade.
you know what? We're merging the conversation from earlier when we
Yep.
talk about the
Yep.
the exception to the
Oh,
rule, right?
yeah, we
That's
did.
it. Yep.
The go getter, and I understand both sides to it, right? Because for me, I'm not speaking to anybody else. If I'm on assistance and they like, yo, you make 8 cents over, 10 cents over, you're not gonna get assistance. I am now searching for better, meaning I'm searching internally how to get better, so it can show outwardly how to get better, so I could get a better job, so I could better take care of myself, so I can have a better quality of life. That's me. So my mindset would never be to cut my hours so somebody else could take care of me. Because that's
The
really
thing is, if you're on assistance though, you know what I'm saying, you're obviously not doing too great to begin with, even with the job.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have the affordability to be like, all right, well if I make 8 cents over, I'm just gonna go figure out how to do better. And I got kids in the house that are hungry right now
Why not? Why don't you have why not?
because I need them benefits right now to feed my kids. I walk away from this, don't get the benefits. Plus, I'm trying to find something else. Like I'm still struggling.
Yeah, but
So let's say
if all you think about is just now, and you're not planning for in the future, well, how are you going to improve?
And you're right because it takes sacrifice. At the end of the day, we need to be completely honest about this. To do better in the future, you have to take a great sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's not in the position to take that hit from the sacrifice right now. That's
all
why
right.
they're thinking about the right now.
All right. So let's say you cut your hours so you get assistance, right? Let's say we do it your way. At that point, you're getting assistance, you have a job. Why then are you still not seeking to do better? When because now excuse me, now you don't have to worry about feeding the kids because you have that help along with your job. You don't have to worry about that, right? Because according to you, people can't afford to take that hit. So which in some cases, yes, I definitely agree. There's some cases where people cannot afford to. But if you roll yourself back to get that assistance and have your job, then at that point, to Big S's comment earlier to his point, you should then be working on trying to see if you get a better education, seeing if you could learn a skill or a trade. Because again,
I agree
when
with that.
you say people don't have the opportunity, they do have the opportunity. They don't have the want. And
Mm-hmm.
and some people, I'm gonna be honest, some people don't know the know-how. They haven't met
Mhm.
someone that could put them on that path to teach them as well too. So I don't want to like
There
gloss
you
over
go.
that like everyone just has the information and knows to do X, Y, Z. There are some people that may be still ignorant, right, to understand that there is a path. And again, I will go back to our first conversation though at a certain age, there should be a level of maturity to where you have learned X amount of things to where you would seek to have those opportunities and seek to meet those people that can help you out and network. So that way, when you are in these situations, you do have those bridges and those olive branches that you can use to help you get to that next level of life, no matter where you're at.
I
Let's
can
hold on.
completely agree with that.
We got a little bit more on the video. Let's keep going.
To work, able-bodied people to work. We're not talking about the elderly. We're not talking about those that are disabled. Able-bodied, able-minded people that are receiving HUD funding should go to work to restore dignity, Maria. Maria, you get up early in the morning and you work, you serve. And so we want to give other people and encourage others the same opportunity. And so this is a great step forward, working with our colleagues at agriculture and also health and human services and Dr. Oz to be kind of a catalyst to change the trajectory of the lives of people in our country.
I think it's a great point that you make, Secretary, because work is
Oh, is that right
empowering.
quick?
And, it also.
Yo, you know something? I just thought about this. They want people to volunteer and do these type of programs things, and I completely agree with that. But there's a plenty of places that need people at the job already. So if you got somebody down there who you got volunteering or needs to be working, why not put them into those jobs?
Who? Who do you want?
Like, all right,
No, no, hold on. Listen, it would be their responsibility. So if I'm on welfare, it's my responsibility to go out, look for the job, look for everything. Nobody should come and say, "Hey, you should go here." No, I got to do that, or it won't work.
yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you can alleviate a lot of the pressures because some people are going to be lazy. Let's account for that. Some people are going to be lazy and try to get over. But now they have no standing point, no leg to stand on when you're like, okay, if you saying that you can't find a job, go to this job. It's over there. We already called. They're waiting for you. And if you don't want to take that, now you're getting cut off completely.
So now you want to hire more people to come to your house and say, "Hey, go to this job, or we're going to cut off your benefits."
You said hire more people? No, that could be in the letters, and then like like it's the government. So I'm pretty sure the government knows who needs jobs. Like even DPW, that's a governmental job. So these places that need a plug-in, hey, get up in there.
Yeah,
If you try to
sure.
turn that down, then don't ask me for no help.
Yeah, but you will have to hire somebody in the government for that role that's going to go out and make sure all these people are working and finding them a job.
You
That's
don't
your
gotta hire nobody for that.
so
DSS is an
do
office. If there's governmental jobs, they can get an email that says we got this many spots open in governmental jobs. Not saying to plug somebody in there, not saying that they should be the first selected, but if
who
there's an opening and I
is
got somebody that needs a
just
job, whatever
email.
like that, who's going through my DSS programs, I'm gonna plug you into that. And if you say no to that, then you can't get no help.
Who is going to send out these emails? Who is going to look for all these jobs? Who's going to speak to all these companies?
Well, it'll be smart for jobs that got like a low employee rate, knowing you need more employees, to go to these offices like, hey, I got positions open. If somebody comes through here, they can start job searching here.
Hold on. I'm gonna name a couple of reasons why they won't. LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster, like
Yeah.
Glassdoor.
Now,
What are you talking about? It's all automated. People are coming to them. They don't have to go to these people. What you're asking to do is to how you say it is to enable these people more and make them even more lazier. Bro, I remember when we had to go get summer jobs, bro. Yo, I knew where the office was at. I had to walk down the
mhm.
SYEP with my working papers, go upstairs, ask for the person, be on time, and say, hey, I need to work. They didn't come to me or
You
send
went to
me
them.
no letter in the mail and say, yo, bro, positions are open. I had to know when they were going to open up the program so that way I could go. I had to get my working papers from school to say I was physically fit, right? Because you had
Yep.
to get them from the
Yeah.
nurse, right? So
Mhm.
me, as an individual, as a young kid, had to take those steps. And we're talking about adults handing them jobs, bro. And this is not
And I
anything.
know
This is hold on. This is not anything against people with assistance. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the mentality of that we should just hand these people opportunities when everyone else is out there trying to go find opportunities is
not
crazy to me.
I'm not saying to hand them opportunities, but if you want to bring the rate of social services down, people that own social services, you would think that when they find because they want you volunteering or putting in 20 hours a week at least looking for a job, right?
Mhm.
Okay, this is the way to help y'all. If you say here's some openings, fill out for them right here, right now, and these people act like they don't want to do it, you
It's
can't
not
get no more help.
when you say a way to help y'all, who you talking about? The people that want them to work the 20 hours or volunteer?
The way to help the government.
Hey, sit back down, bro. What you doing? Hey, come on, man.
My bad.
I don't
Yo,
know
stop
if you
hating. You
guys
drinking sexy back.
Women and children watch this program.
remember this, but what Sean is saying, they tried that in slow bombs because I remember that my mom, she had to do a certain amount of hours when she wasn't working.
Mhm.
She had to go and volunteer or take a class. And I believe she graduated from the class. Um, but they made her go there.
Right.
Independent of that.
But again, JS is saying like
Yeah.
if they want to help the government out. The government don't need help, bro. Either you
No,
do
the
it or
government
you
want to help themselves out. I'm not talking about
that's what
covering the people. I'm talking about the
The
government
government,
covering their own ass. So now
I
you got
know.
no fucking excuse.
no. What I'm saying to refute that point is that you're saying if the government want to help themselves, the government don't need to help themselves. It's either you do the program
The
or you're off
people.
assistance.
Hey, Sean, because how you are saying the government, I don't think that you realize that we, the American people, we fund the government.
I know that.
elect people and they appoint people. So it's us. It's us that want all these people when they're able off welfare.
That makes
Off
sense because like we're
welfare.
we're funding it. So yeah, it's a government program, but they can care less because at the end of the day, it ain't coming out their pockets. It's coming out y'all, the taxpayers.
You met government employees. It's hard to get fired, and they don't care because they know until Trump. Like once you got a job in the government, you were set. I mean, it's just how it goes. But then,
Yeah, it was almost impossible to get fired.
Let's finish this joint real quick.
It also checks the box of a way to reassess these programs and perhaps save a little money where you're looking to actually align with colleagues in the House and Senate trying to come up with spending cuts for this big, beautiful bill to get the president's agenda passed. But you make the right point, and that is work is empowering. Why not, align with people so that they can see the benefits of that rather than just being so dependent on government. President Trump has said many times he wants private enterprise to rule the day in this economy.
That's exactly right. And Maria, you hit it on the head. I was visiting one of our public housing authorities, the residents that live there in a city in our country. And I was visiting with them about the deplorable conditions that they live in one of our public housing authorities, which we're taking inventory of all of those as well. And I heard the testimony of one young lady said, I have been living in this public housing authority in this project since 1973. That means she has been living there since birth or shortly thereafter. And so because of that, her mother, probably her grandmother, raised her there. She's living there. Now she's raising her children there. And so that's the paradigm that we want to change. My parents, neither one of them went to college, but they both instilled in me a tremendous work ethic, and it has made our...
See, you heard what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of his parents went to college, but
That.
the work ethic. Let's finish this up.
family stronger. And that's what we want here, not just at HUD, but from the administration, our country overall, is to have young people to see those coming before them, working hard, providing for them families. Because if young people are incentivized to work, that will change our culture. It'll change our workforce. It'll increase earnings, increase family stability. And so that's what we're after here at HUD. That's what the president and our administration is after. And Maria, I believe that it is beneficial for the posterity of our country, the rehabilitation and the reconciliation of our families.
No doubt about
I'm excited
it.
about it.
Secretary, it's a great point.
All right, we can stop it there, man. I mean, to be honest, y'all, I don't disagree with nothing he said.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't disagree either.
Like, what we talking about, bro? Like, yo, come on, y'all. Let's be honest. Yo, I don't know when was the last time y'all been back, but every time I go back, I'm sure I'm gonna see a whole bunch of the same people. Unfortunately, what does that
Oh
tell you?
yeah, they're fixtures on the street. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Nobody wants to move and do nothing with their life.
Like, what does that tell you? He said he met a young lady from 1973 that possibly was born there or shortly after birth, and now is raising her kids there.
That could be because of rent control. Because like they can't raise the rent too high on you if you've been there for forever. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why. Like it's way cheaper now. Because trying to find a studio apartment out here nowadays is $1,200 a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, and look, we spoke about this before, right? Life is hard, bro. Like nobody's supposed to or has to give you anything. And
At all.
I know people will look at it and say like I'm talking from a place of this now, but dude, like yo, I lived it. I
Right.
literally lived
Even
it.
as kids, we was taught that
Got
nobody owe you nothing.
out the house at 19, right? Had to figure stuff out. Rented a room, right? Went away to school, came back, rented a room, had to figure it out again because it wasn't working, right? It's like, bro, like, like like I'm only laughing because like I literally went through all those different levels of life. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, boom, I'm out the house, I got my own apartment, and then I got a house. No, like I rented rooms, I slept on the couches, like I did that.
It's
Like,
also because you put in work. You
yeah,
were willing
Right.
to put forth
Faith
the work
without
in.
work is dead. You put the work in.
It's
but
because it's also because I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna just say it. It also deals with complacency.
yeah.
People get used to being in that environment. Oh well, the rent's not too high, so it's not too bad here. And then, unfortunately, most people, and it's not to downplay people, but I'm gonna just say it. A lot of people get so comfortable they pass it on to the next generation, and they just get
Very
comfortable.
true.
For us, it wasn't like that. For us, we wanted to go out there and see the world. We wanted to go out there and see because there's more. There's more out there in the world.
Hmm.
Hence the reason why I. That's part of the reason why I joined the military. I want to go out there and see what's out there.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it's so much better out there than it is in that environment.
And nobody could, and I bet you nobody could pay you for those experiences that you got to experience with your heart, your mind, and your eyes. Nobody could pay you to exchange that, bro. Like that's priceless. That's
Hmm.
legit
Yep.
priceless.
That's a fact. The things we went through in life, those things is what built us.
Yeah. So like I'm down for the program, bro, because I think again it will restore some dignity in people, a sense of pride. That's true, bro. You work, bro, man. Listen, when I was making minimum wage, I was happy to get my little check at the end of the week from McDonald's, bro. I didn't
Me
care.
too.
Y'all could
Facts.
I
laugh.
was
Y'all
working
could
at
laugh.
McDonald's first,
Right.
14.
Y'all could laugh. I got some money in my pocket for the week until I get paid next
Yep.
week, right? Because I
Man.
like in high school, but that's what it was. Like I always took pride in being able to generate income for myself, if that makes sense.
Shit,
Hmm.
And,
And you always
and
been great at saving money too, Gene. I ain't gonna lie. You're very financially literate. Like you was way more financially literate than I could than I was at that age, and you're a lot more financially literate now. And that's a great thing.
ooh, thank you. I'm getting old out here, yo. This energy drink, my wife got these bootleg energy drinks. It ain't working.
need something stronger for that.
I do, yo. I'm about to, had a long day
I took
today.
a nap. I
Uh,
took a nap today. I
yo,
said I gotta take a nap.
I
I
couldn't,
was up
Yeah, we
at
getting
5
old. We
a.m.
taking naps.
bro. I wanted to, but man, I gotta. My wife and oldest son, they wasn't home. They wasn't home last night. They had to take care of some business in New York. So I got up with the baby, got to change the baby, fed the baby, played with the baby, then dropped the baby off. Went to the gym, come home from the gym, started cleaning up, had an inspection in the house for some work we had done. Um, put the lawnmower together, yada yada yada. Got the living room right, vacuum, the bedroom, the dishes. Made myself,
the small, the
made,
small downside of having a house. You got to clean up all the areas.
yeah, made myself something to eat. And let me get up. Let me finish this. Let me change the clothes out. Oh, they pulling up. Okay, cool. Go outside. Cut the grass. Hey, come inside, boy. You gotta take a bath. Give him a bath. I'm tired.
Oh.
That's teaching me to instead of owning a home, own an apartment. So I only got to pay maintenance fees. I ain't trying to be out there cutting grass all crazy or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean it's what you want. I mean, if you want a condo, I
Yeah.
mean, when I get older, I'm gonna move into
Downsize.
a condo. But
Yeah.
as of now, I mean, I want my child to have room to run. I mean, I like having a pool. I mean, I just like having this stuff, and it's just us.
Yeah, I
Dangerous.
think I think for me the main thing is at this point now, especially now why I would not go back to an apartment per se. What an apartment comes with, I would do condo or townhouse because I still need to stay in the ownership realm. I don't want to go back to just throwing my money away. I want my money to
Well, owning an apartment that's still ownership. My boy had he owned a 1 bedroom apartment. He bought it for
Yeah,
thirty
but then
thousand. He
with
was
a
only paying
condo, though,
500 a month in maintenance
it's
fees.
your name, Sean.
Huh?
You rent an apartment, you own a condo. It's just names.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
said. Yeah, that's what I said.
No, like I'm telling you, what he had was a 1 bedroom apartment. It was on like the 5th floor in the building. It had
Yeah.
other floors over it.
Yeah, it probably was a condo.
Yeah. So you rent an apartment, Sean. That's what I'm
Yeah,
Or you
that's
saying.
why,
own a
that's why I
condo.
said
You
for what
own
the
a
apartment.
condo. It's the
Yeah,
same thing, but it's a different name.
that's why I said for what the apartment comes with. Because when you say apartment, it typically comes with rent when you say apartment. So you have to like
Oh, okay.
you have to you know clarify like condo or co-op. I don't want no co-op because
Yeah.
co-op got bored and all that stuff. I don't
Yeah.
want to deal with that. Yeah,
I mean, 'cause I thought like a condo was like really, really spacious. You know what I'm saying?
No, it don't have to be, but it
Oh,
could
see, I
be.
didn't know that.
yeah. That's true. We all learn. We all learn. We got anything else, man? That's it. I think that's it for tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
we got a lot more, but I said let's wait because I knew that it would last long. I mean, but
That's what
yeah,
she said.
this is good.
I mean, yeah, we have been
But
on here for an hour,
hold
30 minutes. I
on,
ain't even
hold
realize
on.
that.
Let me just ask just one last thing.
Yeah, sure.
Um, if you are on welfare, what should be the time limit? I say 6 years from your last child if you have kids. But if not, then I'm giving you
Yeah.
3 years.
So what if the loophole is
You keep
yeah,
having kids,
yeah.
fine.
But you already put men at a disadvantage
That's
to that
crazy.
then because 9 out of 10, the woman got the kid, so
Oh,
we
no,
screwed.
no, 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 no. You should be with your baby mama
Ooh.
because I
They
said,
tend to not want to help people more when it's a full family in the house.
Um, to answer your question, yeah, I think I like the 6 years you said that after a child. I think that's important to incorporate. So I look at it as like a business, right? 5 years, most businesses fail or they flourish. So I think that 6 year you really see if somebody's rising up or if they're kind of still
mhm,
declining. So for me, I just look at it that way because obviously, like HUD is a business of the government, right? Assistance is a
mhm,
business of the government. So I think looking at each individual case as a business for them, I think that 6 year threshold is good. I can't front. I do like you throwing in the kids there, like 6 years after your last child.
yeah,
And yeah, if you keep having kids, so be it. I actually like that. I don't think I would change anything from that. I think I actually like that. That
That would be a good rule, yeah. 6 years after your last kid.
yeah,
Josh.
Sorry, I'm just like literally thinking about. There's always that one that's gonna have a kid after kid after kid, just to continue
fine.
on with it, and it's just sad.
No, 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 no,
Tear they womb up.
no, 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 no,
Tear they
no.
womb up.
Because how long, mm, realistically, can the body have kids? Right? I mean, yeah, there's some exceptions, but I
Yeah. So
mean,
when you're about 41, it's
wow,
over.
yeah.
Yeah, but it won't stop them from trying, or at least trying to find a loophole around it. I'm just saying, like, I agree with you. I
But
agree with that rule, but there's always that one or two who's trying to
so
get
few,
over it.
right? That is so few.
Here we go
You know
again with
what? Let's add to that rule, Sean. 6 years after your third child. Fuck. If you have a fourth child, I don't give a shit.
No, no, no. Because I don't
His
hey,
know
face.
if
hey, hey. I'm a family of four.
But you,
A fourth child, G. You got 2 kids.
No, I'm talking about growing up. It was
yeah,
four kids
him.
in the house.
Oh,
yeah.
we passed that mark, brother.
I'm just
Chill.
saying.
We ain't talking about us. We good.
I'm just saying. I feel them. I feel them with the four
I'm
kids in the house.
like, then there's Thomas, Linda, Sean.
Yeah, but that's only three.
Yeah, it's only three. It's just funny.
Yeah,
My mother, on my rule, my mother had one more kid to go before he was like, all right, that fourth one, fuck that.
all
What you
You
right.
about
should have
to
been
say,
doing better after the first two, motherfucker. Like, you don't want to provide your kids with no good life?
this guy? Big ass. You have something else to say?
Nah, I'm thinking about like if I cared if they had if it stopped, but I do because I think that
You pay.
you should have a parent in the home when your child is young.
Of course.
I know that is old school, but I agree with it. So I
So
don't
I
know.
just thought of a random question. Like, what if they would have tried, like, the loophole is they try to adopt the kid that's under 6?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
They
Nah,
continue adopting
nah,
kids.
nope. We said you're born. Where's the birth
No,
certificate?
No,
no,
he
no,
just said
no,
after
no.
your child. He
I
didn't say
mean,
born
Your
okay,
child. You adopt a kid. That ain't
now,
your child. You own them now, but it ain't yours.
by
Come
paper.
on, man.
They're my
You
child.
just went and bought a puppy.
your
You just went and bought a
child.
Oh my
puppy.
god. Oh my
It's
god.
your
It's
child,
your
bro.
child.
It's
Don't do
your
that.
child.
Child.
But then
No,
also,
Bro,
when you
you got to
adopt,
get that kid registered.
hold on, bro. When you adopt, though, right, and it's in the foster system, doesn't the program or the government pay you anyway for that child?
they help
Yeah.
you out.
So then,
Yes.
yeah, you don't need no government assistance. You getting it.
Right. Yeah. So
Okay.
that,
All right. Just thought about that.
yeah. That's all
Well,
you got.
they help you out when it's a foster child. When you adopt, after a while, you are pretty much on your own.
Mm-hmm.
That's why these adoption people be having like 11 adopted kids so they can get extra money.
Maybe, but who knows?
I know
Who
one
knows?
lady that actually told me that. She was like, you know, the more kids that you adopt, the more money you get. I said, this bitch.
All right, because you be before you start telling on somebody. Hey man, make
All
sure
right,
y'all see what it say on the bottom, man. All right, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share with a friend, man. Share with a friend. Guys, we get our subscribers up. We need to make some money so we could buy JS a shirt. Right, we trying to get monetized so we
I
could
don't
buy
need
him a
no shirt, baby. Bring your
so
section back.
if you want to donate to his fund, hit that subscribe button and share it with a friend and tell them to subscribe as well, man. It's a circle. We'll see y'all next week. Later.
Well, if you're going to donate to
Later.
the fund, just use my math for multiplication. Add
Okay.
whatever the first number is to the what you got on the equal sign. That's how you do me.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all.
Later.
Later.